What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Well, guys, what the difference half of a week makes. And what I'm talking about is the strange or surprising turn of events in the case of missing 7-year-old California toddler Emmanuel Haro. Last Friday, supposedly he was taken from his mother, Rebecca Haro, and his father, what's this guy's name? Jake Haro. These people got on TV Friday crying and pleading, looking crazy as can be and less convincing. Within 48 hours of that, the public started to have doubts. Now, here we are, what's today, Tuesday, Thursday, 5 days. There are people outside the house, people rallying for this child after authorities have called off the search, and a whole bunch of stuff by the parents points to them as the prime suspects after the search was called off for this little baby. Now, more information has come out. They're talking about the criminal past of the father, who has a history of child abuse in his record. And more information has come out as of last night. And I honestly think you could expect the arrest either today or tomorrow. But it's coming of one or both of these people. Mainly with the focus being on the father, because at this point now, with the way things have intensified and the actions they've done to make things intensify, these people look like flight risks. Take a look at what they got out here right now that I've seen in the last 24 hours. They better grab these people quick, or they're going to try to disappear before getting caught, whether they lure it up or not, in my opinion. Look.
A mystery intensifying tonight around the disappearance of 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro, whose parents told investigators he was kidnapped from a Yucaipa parking lot Thursday night. Now investigators are digging into the father's criminal background, and KCAL's Lori Perez is following the urgent search for the little boy.
There's no doubt with every minute that passes, fear is growing. The frantic question of where Emmanuel is now turning to, is he even still alive? As investigators say, they cannot rule out foul play.
Praying to God that he is safe, he is found. Praying to God that the family is not involved.
Community prayers for missing 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro are tinged tonight with dread as more information comes out about his father, 32-year-old Jake Haro's 2023 conviction for willful child cruelty. This afternoon, we received a copy of a felony complaint filed in Banning in 2018 that lists Jake Haro as a co-defendant with, the DA confirms, his then-wife Vanessa Haro for an incident on October 12, 2018, involving a child referred to as Jane Doe. Haro served 6 months in jail on that charge. On Friday, he told us he and Emmanuel's mother, Rebecca.
We have 2 kids together. We have a blended family. We have 6 in total.
It's unclear if one of those children is the Jane Doe referred to in the complaint. We do know that in the last few days, social workers have removed another child, a 2-year-old, from the couple's Cabazon home. Riverside County investigators were back there today, but no one answered the door. This after they say they confronted Emmanuel's mother with inconsistencies in her account of what happened. She told us someone punched her and took her baby as she was changing his diaper in a Yucaipa parking lot Thursday night.
And I couldn't even turn, and that was just, I don't remember nothing. I got up off the floor and I didn't see my child. Someone took him from me.
Investigators say she and Emmanuel's father are no longer cooperating. Teresa Garone lives near the Haro family.
You never know, like, what your neighbor, anybody, you never know. It's sad just to think about it. It's really sad.
We also have new information. Jake Haro was possibly headed back to jail for violating his probation in that child cruelty case. Court records show he was due in court next month after getting charged last year with owning or possessing a firearm and ammo as a convicted felon and narcotic addict. all of it together adding up, some worry, to nothing good.
I'm a father and I'm a grandfather, and the thing that bothers me about it is the inconsistencies. And then they go and they lawyer up. Who does that in the middle of an active investigation trying to search for your missing child?
The Sheriff's Department is now labeling this a critical missing child case instead of a kidnapping as they continue to look for Emmanuel. In San Bernardino, I'm Lori Perez, KCAL News.
Search continues for a 7-month-old boy in a disappearance that has captured national attention.
The child's parents say he was abducted 4 days ago, but investigators report that parts of their story just don't add up. KTLA's Sarah Welch is live in San Bernardino with the latest updates. Sarah?
Sharon, Micah, good evening. Investigators aren't taking any questions about those inconsistencies, but they did say that they have scoured the areas of Yucaipa and Cabazon looking for any evidence of this baby boy and his whereabouts, and that they've also collected large amounts of surveillance video and are currently reviewing it, piecing this all together ever since the baby's mother claims that her little Emmanuel was kidnapped 4 days ago.
It's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
The couple went public with their plea for help, but now their phone numbers on the flyer for their missing baby are disconnected, and Jake and Rebecca Haro have reportedly lawyered up.
There's a lot of things that we're reading that just don't add up.
The locals who don't know the couple are zeroed in on the search for the 7-month-old that is garnering national attention.
What is happening in the city, what is happening to this family.
Sunday night, people worried for baby Emmanuel held a vigil for him in the Big 5 parking lot in Yucaipa, where his mother claims her baby was kidnapped last Thursday evening. She says she was at this nearby park and ran to Big 5 to buy a mouthguard for her stepson. And as she was about to change the baby's diaper, a stranger knocked her out and kidnapped the baby. But investigators say there are holes in her story and they cannot rule out foul play. This afternoon, deputies walked the couple's property in Cabazon, and over the weekend, investigators were seen there, and the baby's grandmother says cadaver dogs also searched the home.
They're not going to hurt that baby. That couple were just home buddies.
The grandmother says Emmanuel is her daughter's pride and joy, but we've learned that history of child abuse and a felony child cruelty conviction from a previous relationship. The couple's 2-year-old has been removed from the home as a result of this case as the search goes on to find the baby boy.
I'm a father and I'm a grandfather, and the thing that bothers me about it is the inconsistencies in the story. I would be inconsolable if something happened to one of my kids.
Now, we did ask the grandmother if anyone saw baby Emmanuel at the park last Thursday. She told us that the baby's mother would never take him out of the car because he didn't have his vaccinations. The grandmother also told us that her daughter was asked to take a lie detector test, but her husband said no until they had a lawyer. Sharon, Micah, will send it back to you.
All right, guys, there you have it. The more that information comes out on this story about the actions of the parents after the fact of this little boy supposedly missing, the more guilty they look. And the more in danger that I think that they are going to try to run, especially Jake, because he violated his probation, found with a gun charge after already having a suspended sentence for a willful child cruelty case with an ex-wife, 2018. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I said yesterday, who do you think would be going to jail? And somebody in the comment section said, they think that, they asked me what I think. This is what I think is going to happen. He's the main target. I don't even think they paying attention to her. They only dealing with her because of the lies she told. I think that this guy's going to get arrested really soon because he already violated his probation, so they'll snatch him up to make sure he don't go nowhere because he's the main culprit. My honest opinion, I don't think she did anything to the baby, but I think he did it. I do. Frogs over there acting up. Good, excuse me. But this is just how it is. I think these people right here watch too much true crime. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you look at this, just what is this crime? In fact, in the comment section, what do you think this crime reminds me of past crimes? Because a lot of times people try to copy things that they see other people do in crimes, thinking that it'll help them get away. This right here reminds me of 2 cases. The Madeline Soto case in Florida that just recently got resolved somewhat, you know, minus the essay stuff, but just the stupidness of the mom, Jen Soto, it reminds me of that in the way this mother's acting. And it also reminds me of the Susan Smith case. Y'all remember Susan Smith? And somebody left a comment this morning. I said, yep, that's what it reminds me of. Remember Susan Smith? She's the one that claimed that she was carjacked and robbed and all this stuff, but she strapped the kids in the car seat and she took the car and rolled it into a lake. Remember? I think it was South Carolina. Blamed it on a black guy. Remember that shit? And she got busted. Same thing here. Claiming that somebody knocked you out, didn't take your wallet, your money, your car keys, nothing. Just knocked you out and took your baby. You said hola like it was a Spanish person. Can't forget that. Think about that. You painted a whole suspect. They went over there and looked at them videos, and they ain't talked about it, but I honestly believe there was no baby in that situation. Because remember, they said, oh, the baby is always kept in the car. You see, they said that in the last video. Did y'all catch that clue? Oh, the baby is always kept in the car because she never brings the baby out. So what happened when you went to Big 5? You got out the car, probably sat in the car for a while, then jumped out the car and ran in there frantic like somebody attacked you, and the baby was never seen. Neither was seen you trying to change the diaper and all this other, and they questioned you about that. And that's when you got mad and shut up. Why are you questioning me? Go find the person that did it. Did what, ma'am? Come on. Now you and your husband lawyered up. He jumps in. You can't talk to no cops and take a polygraph. Let me tell you guys something. And this is why the public's in an uproar about this. And a lot of people are mad at these people, and they should. These people are so smart, they're stupid. If the police are the ones that are the front line in something happening, and you call them first and they contact other agencies, why would you stop cooperating with them that quick? If your priority is to get your kid back, why would you stop cooperating when you know it's the police's job and detective's job to do their due diligence and examine everybody, even you? See that? This right here, like this guy, has abusive type vibes all over it. Look how she was acting, how fidgety and like disheveled she's acting. It ain't close to the kids because he's standing next to her and she got to get the lies straight. Another thing is this. You are sitting up here and these cops all of a sudden say, let me give a polygraph. And now your husband, who wasn't there and doing that fake, like he's breaking down, is going to tell you not to do it because for some odd reason. Don't do it. Why? Because they're going to ask questions that relate to him that your bad acting ass would fail on that polygraph. All kind of questions they'd ask. And he can't control that because he won't be in there. See, when it comes down to people that are abusive, whether it's the children or women or whoever, they don't like situations where they're not in control. That was the beginning and the end for these people. They better grab these people quick because I think they're going to disappear. You know, there are people outside that house. They are not in that house no more. After them detectives came the other night, there's something else. They already knew they had to get out of there because it started getting hot. In the house, you erased the camera footage, supposedly security footage of your own house. That's super suspicious. And thus bringing the floodwaters higher to where you drowning in your own lies and about to get put in jail. I think he's going to go and she's going to be the one that gets lesser charges and something small. They'll give her the slap on the wrist because he's the big fish. And I think everything's centered around what happened in that house, on that property, and it all has something to do with him. And I think and this is messed up, I think this boy was gone already before that game. And it has something to do with that house and that mouse under her eye, that little hickey she got. But either way, man, this thing, the walls are closing in faster than you can stick your hands up to hold them for these two people. And pretty soon, this will all be revealed and it's going to be bad. Watch. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. 7-month-old baby can't defend himself from nothing. Now he's the subject of one of the biggest blunders of parents trying to do criminal activity this year. And it's sad. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.